Why do we like munching on ice cubes? How come we get metabolism so wrong? What's the connection between Pez and tobacco? Well, prepare to start slapping your forehead and saying, "Dope!" I'm Mike with List 25, and here are 25 facts about life you won't believe you didn't already know. 25. NASA countdowns come from where? Space launches just aren't the same without a voice counting down from 10. This voice always seems to be American, doesn't it? But just how American is the iconic NASA countdown? Well, I've got news for you. It's actually German, and it comes from a sci-fi movie. Fritz Lang's Woman in the Moon was a silent picture made in 1929. It included a rocket countdown, and this simple visual idea stuck in people's imaginations. 24. The royal cow's waterbed. Cows of the British royal family have a luxurious time when it comes to sleeping arrangements. No laying down in the fields for these gals. The BBC revealed how blue-blooded bovines recline in style on a comfy waterbed. Oh, and the bed is set to vibrate when the king wants a milkshake. Okay, I kind of made that part up. 23. Eigengrau. If you're laying in the dark and you close your eyes ready to sleep, all you see is pitch black, right? Wrong. In fact, the color you see is Eigengrau, German for intrinsic gray. So you're not plunged into darkness, you are in fact ushering in the gray. Dating back to the 19th century, the gray effect is created by signals from the rod photoreceptors in our eyes. 22. The weird truth about ice cravings. Sometimes after enjoying a cold drink, people chomp down on the remaining ice cubes. Or sometimes they just skip the drink and go straight to the ice. Pagophagia is the name given to this chilly, crunching craving. You may even go so far as to munching frost from your freezer. One potential cause behind pagophagia is iron deficiency. Should you find yourself enjoying ice a little more than you should, then it might be worth visiting your doctor. 21. U.S. intelligence and the Holocaust. History teaches us many things, from the good to the bad to the downright ugly. On the latter front, the Holocaust forms a key part of training in the U.S. intelligence services. The FBI, for example, sends their latest recruits to the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum to remind them of what can happen when the worst kind of people take charge of a country. 20. Pick the blue toothbrush. What color is your toothbrush? I'll give you a second to go find out if you don't already know. Great, welcome back. If it's blue, then congratulations. You have selected America's most popular toothbrush color. The theory behind this is simple. Blue represents hygiene better than the others. It seems fresher, and with reportedly hundreds of millions of bacteria in your mouth, that sense of comfort is important. 19. Seahorse surprise. Seahorses are strange little creatures. You may already know that they can blend in their surroundings and that their eyes move independently from each other, which must be pretty freaky. However, did you know it's the male seahorse that gets pregnant? They also have kangaroo vibes with a tail pouch where the embryos can be incubated. 18. The link between bulletproof vests and pizza. The modern bulletproof vest happened thanks to a surprisingly dangerous pizza delivery. Inventor Richard C. Davis was shot whilst delivering food from one of his restaurants in 1969. This guy was packing his own heat, so he managed to engage his attackers in a shootout. As he recovered, Davis thought of an idea that would eventually become soft concealable body armor for law enforcement. Bonus fact, the original bulletproof vest was invented by a Polish priest, Casimir Zeglin, in the 19th century. Amen to that. 17. Constipated Communist. While carrying out his duties as creator and leader of the People's Republic of China, Mao Zedong may have seemed a little tense. He had a lot on his plate for sure. Yet this caused him more trouble because what was on the dictator's plate went to his bowels and stayed there. His unfortunate underlings reportedly had to extract hardened stools directly from the source. And if that didn't work, bring on the enema. Now that you know this extraordinary fact, you'll probably want to forget it. Sorry. 16. Rabbit power. Don't underestimate the humble rabbit. It may look like it's harmlessly chomping away on a carrot with its back to you while you go about your business, but the truth is, this animal has you very much in its sights. A rabbit can see behind itself without moving its head. How does it do that? Because of its crazy bug eyes on either side of its head. These can move the full 360 degrees. 15. Chinese people hate the number 4. Tetraphobia is a deep-rooted fear of the number 4. Visit China, for example, and you might not see a lot of 4s in the phone books or on the front of houses. You see, the words death and 4 are virtually the same in Chinese. They're pronounced identically, although if you apply the incorrect tone, you become persona non grata. 14. Meows and eyebrows. How devastated would you be if your beloved cat passed away? Pretty devastated, I'm sure. But would you go so far as to shave off your own eyebrows? This tradition was observed back in ancient Egypt, where felines were regarded as having godlike status. The great writer Herodotus mentioned this bizarre tribute. It isn't entirely clear why this happened, but things got worse for dog owners. In that instance, all of your hair would need to be shaved off. 13. Metabolism mix-up. You may think if someone eats a lot and doesn't pile on the pounds, then they must have a fast metabolism. Wrong. They actually have a slow metabolism based on their BMR, or basal metabolic rate, otherwise known as the amount of calories a human needs to keep going. The skinnier you are, the lower the muscle mass, and the lower the muscle mass, the lower the BMR, hence a slow metabolism. 12. Wind turbine massacre. Wind power is good for the planet. Well, most of it. One life form it isn't always so kind to are birds. Just as our avian friends collide with planes, they also run into wind turbines with horrible results. Stats show that in the UK alone, the annual death rate is anywhere from 10,000 to 100,000 birds. Bad news for birds, good news for people who want to sit on the beach and actually enjoy their french fries. 11. Fat's amazing. You have 2 types of fat in your body, and it's 2 different colors. The majority is white fat. This white stuff provides insulation for your insides, giving you that warm, flabby feeling. White fat also stores energy. Meanwhile, brown fat is similar, but it burns calories and helps regulate body temperature. Bonus fact, it's thought that if you sleep in cooler temperatures, you boost the amount of brown fat. And some believe having more of this calorie-burning fat in your system is beneficial. As always, consult a professional before doing anything dramatic with your weight. 10. Don't hold in a sneeze. Sneezes can be embarrassing. Nothing like startling a public area with an unexpected and explosive blast from the nostrils. However, sneezes are also necessary. And if you try to hold it back, you could put yourself in jeopardy. There's no point bunging up your airway for the sake of vanity. With nowhere to go, the sneeze could blast into your ears and pop your eardrums. It can even damage blood vessels in your brain. 9. Finland is the heavy metal capital of the world. Finland is reportedly the happiest place on Earth. So it's actually a surprise to learn they also feature a record-breaking number of heavy metal bands. There are an ear-shattering 70 bands for every 100,000 people here. How did this happen? Turns out metal is just a good way for Finns to let out some heavy emotions. It isn't the most touchy-feely country in the world, despite its happy reputation, so sometimes they just gotta crank up the volume and fire up those instruments. 8. Ice pops were an accident. Some of the best things in life aren't planned. Trust me, we have an entire list or 2 on accidental inventions, so check that out. Take ice pops. Cold, refreshing, and completely accidental. We actually have ice pops, or popsicles, due to an 11-year-old boy from the San Francisco Bay Area named Frank Epperson. The year was 1905. Messing around, Frank decided to pour soda powder into some water. It was freezingly cold that night, and the beverage iced up. Frank took advantage of the accident, calling the result an epsicle. Popsicle is thought to have come from the popping sound the thing made when you took it out. 7. Twins have different fingerprints. Identical twins apparently aren't so identical. Fingerprints don't come out the same because basically Mother Nature can't handle everything. The development of fingerprints is subject to factors such as how a fetus is positioned, and these random details simply won't be consistent across 2 people. 6. Supermarket apples are how old? Stores keep their fruit cold to lock in freshness. How long do they put it in cold storage? A long time. Believe it or not, the apples you buy at the supermarket could have been there for as much as a year. The least amount of time is 6 months. They're reportedly kept at an optimum temperature of between 1 and 4 degrees Celsius, so if your apple tastes a little dry, that's probably the reason. 5. Ultimate name change. In 2008, plain old George Garrett had his name changed to Captain Fantastic, faster than Superman, Spider-Man, Batman, Wolverine, Hulk, and the Flash combined. Huh. The British teenager is technically just Captain Fantastic, with the rest of his name consisting of a boast. Either way, it's actually inspirational and pretty wild stuff. I might even alter my personal details. You know what? From now on, I am Mike, the fact finder who facts faster than a fact checker on a fact-finding mission sitting on a fast-moving fact train to Fact Town. Although you could just call me M-Fact. That's a terrible rap name. Just stick with Mike. 4. The eye-watering truth about wasabi. Wasabi paste is guaranteed to make your eyes and nose run. The thing is, it shouldn't. What you think of as wasabi paste is in fact bulked out with horseradish. That stuff is cheaper, giving you a kick in the taste buds for a low price. Furthermore, genuine wasabi isn't mustardy and has a much more subtle flavor than you think. 3. Animals can be allergic to humans. Pet allergies are a nightmare, but occasionally the trouble goes the other way. Dander is the name given to the multitude of dead skin cells that constantly fall from our bodies. And sadly for some animals, they're allergic to it. It's as irritating to them as pet hair can be to some of us. I'm not allergic to you and you're not allergic to me, right, buddy? Say hi. This is Pika, or Picasso. Okay, go do other things. I love you. Bye, buddy. 2. The real reason we have Pez. Firstly, Pez seems to be an American thing, but it actually comes from Vienna, where it was invented by business person Edward Haas III in the early 20th century. Pez is a shortened version of Pfefferminz, the German word for peppermint, and Haas intended it as a helpful snack for smokers. The fun, image, and novelty dispensers came later. 1. How many people in the world have a third nipple? The third nipple, or polythelia, is associated with the likes of Chandler Bing and Bond villain Scaramanga. This genetic mutation is attention-grabbing, but it's rare, right? Actually, the ratio of people with 3 nipples compared to the standard 2 is probably higher than you think. A staggering 1 in 18 people have one. So the next time you're at the movies, or supermarket, or even in line for the bus, look at the people around you. Somewhere out there, a third nipple is just sitting there undetected. So, how's life for you right now? Let me know in the comments below. Or screw it, email me, let me know. Also, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and check out our social medias, including my personal ones, links in that description below. And if you like this list, check out 25 precise things that show just how precarious life really is. Oh, maybe that's a downer. Click it and find out. It's been a while since I did this one. So, yeah, just let me know. Email me, mike@list25.com. Let me know. Tell me how life's going right now. I don't have any other question. What's your favorite life fact? I don't know. Just let me know. I want to know how you're doing. I'll write back, I promise, unless I get too busy. Sometimes that happens, and I have severe ADHD, so sometimes I don't check my mail for days on end. I'll get better at that.